Hello and welcome to my LEGO channel. Today I'm going to do the how to build for the Jundland waste. So as you can see, I updated the skeletons, and yeah, so I'll get right into the head build. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and build the wolf looking skeleton right onto the MOC. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take a jumper plate, a 1x2 jumper plate, and put it right here. And we're gonna do a 1x2, put it right there, then a 2x4, and a 2x4, and a 1x2, and a 2x6, and a 2x1 in the back. Then I'm gonna do 1x2 cheese slope, and a 1x2 cheese slope, and a 1x2 cheese slope, and a 1x1. And same on this side, 1x2, 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 and 1x1. Then in the back, we're just gonna do a 1x2 on the 1x2 plate. Then in the top, we're gonna do some tiles, and in the front we're going to do a 1x1 cheese slope on the little plate. So there's the body. So for the tail, I'm just going to use these brown studs. So take 4 brown studs and 5, well, it depends on how long you want your tail, but for this I'm going to do a brown stud, or a white cheese slope on top of a brown stud 4 times. And then have one that is not on a cheese slope. So then take your studs like this, or your cheese slopes, and put it in the center of these two, this 2x2 right behind this, and then put this one here, in the center of the next one, and then in this regular brick, and then this regular brick. Oh no. Actually, it looks like this one kind of has to be on one too. So, yeah, originally I had built it on a base plate, so it didn't work out like that, but if you don't have another stud, then just, oh well. You can figure out how it looks best, but for me, I guess I'll do that. And that's the skeletal tail thing. And for the head, I'm going to take a 2x4, and on the end do a 2x2 tile, and right here we're going to do a 2x2 or some 1x2s, and then a 1x2 in the back, and then some white studs as eyes, and then a 2x2 tile, and then I'm just doing these 1x1 clip pieces because they look kind of good for like a neck. And then turn it over, put these 2 studs in bottom of the tile, and then hardly connect this 2x2, just leave it like that. So it should look like that, and then just leave that right there. And then yeah, that's a pretty good looking skeleton. If you don't like this, then I mean, you could do a vent or some white studs or just a regular tile. So I guess I'll put a regular tile. You could also do a slope if you wanted, but I like the wood pieces. So there you go. And that's a pretty good looking skeleton in my opinion. Alright, so now we're gonna build the rib cage. If you don't have these pieces, then I don't really know what you're gonna do. I suppose if you have white studs with the circle through the center, you could use those, but this is the piece I'm using. And if you don't have a stud with a circle through the center, then, I mean, you could use this, but it would not look good. So anyway, I'm gonna get right into this and put a stud here and a stud there and a stud in the middle of the 2 bricks. There we go. And across from it, do the same. And then just the next one over, put it in next stud, and I'll zoom into this in a little bit. So just keep going, try and get it in between the studs. If you can't, then just wait. Oh, looks like I got it. Okay. So it should look like that. And I also apologize for this. I didn't really show you guys. But the only one that should be connected to an actual brick is this one right here. As you can see, this one is in between bricks. This one is on a brick. So this one's on a brick too. This one's in between, and this one's in between. So yeah. Oops, his head is not. There we go. So then, in these studs in the middle, do 5. Sorry for that voice crack. Do 5 white studs. Like that, because a rib cage usually is connected by the back, so this is the back right here, and the ribs will be sticking out of the ground. Then I'm just using these sarlacc teeth, and just connect those in, coming in towards the white studs. Just like this. And that's it. Once you have them all connected, it should look like that. And there you go. So, yeah. Alright, so, Some of you guys didn't understand what a comma was, and this is a comma. It's just one of these. It's a pant cape, or in the Star Wars universe called a comma. So basically all you do is you remove the helmet and the head, and I'll take out the gun. And then take it off. And then spread it out like this. And then fold it so you have two, like that. And fold it again. And then you should have one area where it's like solid like that, and one area where there are folds. Let's put the solid area first around his head, and it might take a little bit of wiggling to get everything lined up. Once you have it all lined up, you can put on the head and the helmet. And there you go. It's a black pauldron, and that's what I did for these guys' pauldrons, and it looks really nice. And it's the perfect size. Lego's pauldron will end up looking like this, but in my opinion that's way too big. This is like the perfect size, and well, that's way too big. So that's just my opinion, and it looks, I mean, obviously you can't use this on a stormtrooper, but that looks a lot better in my opinion. So now we'll build his backpack. So the backpack is going to be built on one of these. Doesn't really matter. You could build it on, whoops, I dropped it, on one of these, but I like these better just because they're gray and you can actually see where it's connected, whereas these are clear and they're also way thicker. So yeah, so we'll build it on one of these for now. If you have these, you don't have any of the others, you can use these, but I prefer the other ones. Anyway, we're gonna start off with one of those. Dark gray looks best. And then take these pieces and put them on top facing upwards. Like this. Then we're gonna connect it with a black jumper plate. And on the jumper plate, we're going to take these binoculars and place them facing upwards. Like that. And then connected to this one, I'm going to take a black antenna and connect it on like that and fold it up. And there's his back. Obviously you could do what Lego did with the lightsaber hilts, but I didn't have enough, so I just did this. And you can take your figure and flip them around and connect it onto the middle stud right there, like that. And then you get a pretty good size hunkin' backpack. Looks good with the antenna, and yeah. And then you can give him his weapon, and you got a sand trooper. So that's what I did for those guys, and looks pretty good. So yeah.